Hey, my people, it's your boy Adeleke. How y'all like my color scheme? That's something you won't see a whole lot of right here. You know, my head covered in red and white. I'm always mostly covered in white, but I just needed to get out here and record this video and chat with my folk. I had something on my mind. And it was based off of something I just read. So, but yeah, see that color scheme though, that's that red, white, and blue, baby. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I mean, I love being American. I love this country. I love I love its promise. I love its promise. In spite the fact, in spite the fact that it ain't really ever really kept its promise, I still love the promise. And I love the idea of the promise. And I'm an American. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I have no qualms about it. But that's not what this video is about, right? I was chatting with a lady just a minute ago in a group, Facebook group. And in this particular Facebook group, she was talking about, well, this particular Facebook group is talking about boycotts and that sort of thing. And it got my attention. Like, I'm not a member of the group, but I don't know how it ended up in my feed, but it is in my feed. So, and that's probably one of the bots, AI, probably lined me up with it, but whatever. It's in my feed. So this conversation is talking about, this individual made a post about black folk affecting change by not sending their children to D1 schools, right? That if we folks sent their children to HBCUs, then we could really affect change because we'd be hitting them in the pocketbook. And I was like, yeah, I've been saying that for decades. I've been saying that since the 90s. But the reality of it is like, who playing football right now? Basketball, baseball, any of that. I mean, as far as I know, the entire 2020 baseball, football, even the college season is shut the fuck down. That's your boy. I mean, your girl. What's her name? You know who I'm talking about. The scary bug. She shut that shit down. The Olympics was shut down. The Olympics only happens every 4 years. They closed the whole Olympics. That's the whole world playing sports, and that shit got shut down. You think they're gonna be playing Division 1 ball? But anyway, my point was, I think that's a great point, but it's a strategy that's a little tardy to the party. And right now, like, focusing on how we gonna handle sports really is low brow conversation. Like, our focus really needs to be on how we gonna handle food, how we gonna handle shelter, what we gonna do about the homeless people right now in all this mayhem, how we gonna get these kids that's getting locked up for making their voice heard out of jail. Like, ain't no other conversation. D1 sports? Right. So anyway, so there was a sister who replied to my comment, and it ended up with a back and forth conversation, right? And one of the things that she was saying in her comments were the stuff that I really, oh man, I just really don't like to hear. And I'm gonna help you understand that. Like, so there's a few words. A few years ago, I started extracting a few words out of my vocabulary. Those words were pride, can't, and hate. I've been systematically extracting those words out of my vocabulary. Pride. What'd I say? Pride, can't, and hate. Right? I hate this. I hate that. I try not to say it. I'm so proud of you. It sounds like a good thing. I try not to say it. I use it on occasion, and can't, I've almost eradicated can't out of my language. It's been a very complicated process, but I've almost done it. But here's the problem I have with what she was saying as far as hate. She was saying the simple thing is that we hate each other more than they hate us. Black folk hate each other. Black folk can't. Black folk don't. Black folk won't. And I'm like, okay, Let me tell y'all something, and I need y'all to know this right now. I've really been needing y'all to know this, but I'm taking a moment out of my time, out of my day, to love on my people, to love y'all the way that God loves me, right? Because that's the commandment given to me from the Most High, to love y'all as He loves me, and right? And part of my love for y'all is to remind y'all of this idea that, like John 1:1. John 1:1, what's John 1:1 say? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, right? Or the Word became flesh. I might be mixing up two scriptures. I might be mixing up a scripture in Genesis with John 1:1. But the point is, whether you believe in the Bible or not, whether you believe in scripture or not, your word is power. What you speak from your mouth has the power to move mountains. It has the power to create and destroy just by you speaking. Knowing that is part of the strength of the power, and working that muscle, so to speak, is also the part of strengthening the power. We don't know it. We don't, because there was a period in time during the Ma'afa where ancestors their tongues were literally cut out of their faces. Like, their tongues was cut out of their faces. And that served two purposes. Served firstly the purpose that they couldn't speak, so they couldn't exert their power. Because there was a point where they could speak and boats would burst into flames. You know what I mean? Like, they could speak things into being, and if they were captured and their tongues were destroyed, then that power was severely diminished. Part one. Part two, the knowledge of that was taught by the same power that created the event, the tongue, the word, the mouth, speaking. So if we constantly speaking ill on ourselves, where and when do we correct our problems? How and do we correct our problems? How do we sit around in a circle of us and say we need to fix ourselves, constantly speaking ill on ourselves? It's when you sit in a circle of us and you speak, anything that's spoken in that circle becomes real. The more we sit and gather and talk about what ain't and how it ain't and what we aren't, what we can't and what we won't and what we not in the sense of being resistant to, to oppression in that way. Not like that, because of course I will not go. I will not do this in the sense of certainty and resistance to oppression. That's not the kind of speaking against I mean actually speaking against ourselves about what we can't do or what we're incapable of or how we won't do this or we are wounded. We've been wounded a long time, and guess what? We're in our healing period. So take your ignorance, and that's not an insult. That's a fact, right? We are ignorant, largely. We are ignorant, and ignorance just means not aware of. Take our ignorance and disband our ignorance with the intention to innovate. We need to open up our intention to innovate. We need to open up our intention to correct the ignorance that we have. Open up our intelligence and our innovation. We need to open that wide. We are that power. I'm speaking it for us now. We are opening up our innovation. We are opening up our intention to create what we need. We are opening up our power. We're opening up our capacity to love each other and to love our hater. We don't have to participate in the hater's hate. We don't have to even recant the ideas that we have disagreed with each other in the past. We can disagree with each other without having the idea that we hate each other. That is done. I love my brother. I love my sister. I love my people. I love my kind. I love the earth. I love all the creatures and the beings on the earth, even the ones that love my demise. I love them all. I love you all. And guess what? To the creature who loves my demise, your hatred towards life is your own demise. And that's natural law. Your hatred towards life is your own demise. Your hatred towards life is the cancer that will destroy your kind. See, we'll be here on this earth as long as this earth is spinning, right? And like my brothers have said, and like I'm saying right now, it's kind of like a video game for us. We gonna come back. We got, like, it's like I can't think of the name of the game, but those first person shooters when you go in, then you get hit and then pop back up in the game. Yeah, that's us. We're gonna pop back up in the game. 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 We're gonna do that all the way until the game is won. So I have no fear. I will pop back up in the game, and mine will pop back up in the game. There's no need to fear. There's no need to hate, because the game. But if you want to hate, that's you. I'm not even going. You know what? I'm not gonna judge your hate. If you want to hate, be my guest. Maybe that's why you came to the earth this time around, to be a hater. And if that's the case, that's fine. But what I'm gonna tell you is this: our words are power. And if you speaking ill on your kind, like, you got enough of the others or whomever's and whatever's you want to, however that want to go down. You got enough opposition to your progress and prosperity already to be a beneficiary of hatred towards yourself. Stop speaking it. Just stop it. Speak what you want into the world. Speak what you love into the world. Speak what you see. Tell the truth of what you see. I'm not asking you to ignore what you see as truth. However, your expression and how you choose to express it and speak on it is your choice. And if you're claiming to be in the benefit of your people, if you're claiming to be in the power and the benefit and the growth and the prosperity and all that's righteous and all that's upward, and speaking the opposite of that, you are a problem. Hey, this your boy, Ask Adeleke.